now.
Can you hear me now? Good evening, savages, and welcome to another episode of Savagely Paranormal After Dark.
Birthday.
Yes, it is my birthday this week. Oh, I know, right? So this week we are discussing our after effects of paranormal investigations.
You want to say that again?
No, I didn't. No, I don't.
Are you saying, do you mean after effects or do you mean the lingering effects?
Lingering after whatever. It's the same thing.
It's the same difference. Stop it.
It's the same difference. I know. So, we have had some interesting lingering effects.
Yeah, which we touched on in a previous...
Don't you
Yes.
me?
You guys have an invitation to go live with two people.
Do it.
Their
Who?
name is Liam Glenn and K-Steads Games.
Okay,
Do it.
go for it.
Do
Look
it.
it up. It disappeared.
I don't know what that means, but...
All right, just
I don't know what that means.
You run
Yeah.
that show.
Anyways, so...
Look at the TikTok camera every
Hey!
so often too.
So,
This week is my birthday, so we're all...
She's very happy on the sauce.
It is! Yes, I am.
may I
Happy
speak
on the
now,
side.
ma'am?
No.
Yes.
Okay.
No, maybe.
So, we touched
I
on
love
this
you.
on one of our other episodes where, when we were at the Hotel Conneaut, we had the kid who got the attachment or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So, we're going to explore the lingering effects on us as investigators after investigations are over. So, there have been cases where we do an investigation and things follow us home.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I have experienced that firsthand. You have experienced that. I don't know about you, because you could tend to just kind of like eat the things that follow you, that try,
They
attempt.
just
to
kind of
follow
figure,
you
yeah, we're not
home.
going to go with him.
No.
We'll go with anybody
They're
but him.
going one way or another.
Right, but they tend to avoid you like the plague, which must be freaking nice that they just avoid you.
Yeah. So,
Well, why do you think I have to go off on my own so y'all can get some evidence?
Yeah, I mean,
well,
yeah.
there have been cases where driving home, things have happened in the car, or we see weird things in the mirrors.
The
There's
producer
been-
said you're not talking loud enough.
Yeah, well,
You're not excited enough, damn it! No. So we...
excuse me, I'm so
You
sorry.
don't have to scream. You get lower and lower the more you talk.
So,
There have
but-
been times where it takes us like a week or so to recover
Yeah.
just from the sheer
The
energy
last...
swap or switch or whatever you want to call it from
The
the spirits.
last one we did at Hotel Conneaut really, really, really seemed to kick some of our
Yeah.
butts way worse than a normal investigation. But I think most of that issue has had to do with, like, the fact that there were so many sensitives and or psychics in one place. Like, this last round has had me way vastly more exhausted, tired, irritable, like, just overall done with society than normal.
Well, on top of the spirits, we peopled for 2 solid days.
Oh God, yes. The
And
peopling.
none of us like to people.
No. The peopling was probably some of the worst part of the entire thing. I generally enjoy investigating with people and at least our team. I love investigating with our team. But we had a lot of randoms with us for the investigation.
But that was fun, though, watching people get excited.
It was. Having people so excited and all in for our investigation was great. It was awesome.
Just remember, when you sit down on the steps, you're just meditating.
Yes. You did not fall on the steps.
No.
You just are meditating.
You're not drunk enough to, fall. You're just meditating.
Yeah. Anyways, we got off topic. So, the lingering effects.
So you're mixing up both.
Yeah.
So try maybe to start with the energy suck and how that dovetails into how that allows these spirits to attach to you. Run down that.
Well, first of all, by investigating, we are opening the lines of communication between us and the spirit world. By doing so, the way we do it, we are opening ourselves up to attachments.
Yeah.
We are literally saying, hello, we're fair game.
It's like lighting a beacon in the sky. You're like a moth to a flame.
They're like a moth to the flame.
We're
the flame, they're the moth.
When you open yourself to communications from spirit, depending on where you are and who you're with, depends on how open your line of communication can get and how bad and or interesting things can get.
We have two different ways of investigating. We can go strictly with equipment and science.
Yeah.
And then we also incorporate the quote-unquote witchy side of paranormal investigating.
Yeah.
So depending on which way we go about things, that chooses how open we are to attachments. When we go towards the more witchy side, we open ourselves up more than we do when we choose the science route with the equipment. Because we use a lot of pendulum work, dowsing rods, tarot cards, candles, that kind of thing. So by doing that, we are opening our entire being up, which allows
different energies to come and interact with us.
Yeah, we are opening our energy field. We are opening our
it's
soul,
just,
so to speak.
It's also not just us that we're opening the energies and such to speak with. We're also opening the energy of everybody that is in our group. And if they are not as prepared and or receptive to those kind of energies, things can take a turn for the worse.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of what we experienced at the hotel.
Well, not real. Well, kind of, but not really. We didn't really use the witchy side at the hotel. We used the dowsing rods, but we didn't really do the whole opening all of ourselves up. But
the dowsing rods tend to open you up to more.
Whoever is using the dowsing
stuff.
rods, you are allowing the spirits to use your energy to move the rods. Therefore, again, I gotta reiterate this. Why nobody should be touching the dowsing rods.
Don't do stupid shit.
Yeah. But anyways, it is a tool.
They are a tool.
And by using that tool, you are opening yourself up for the spirits to use your energy to move them. You are, if you don't know what you're doing and you don't set the boundaries, you're basically saying, you can enter me and use me to move these rods.
Boundaries are the fundamental thing that keeps everybody safe. So if you don't have great boundaries with the spirit world and or even with the tools that you're using, you are going to have problems. Which is kind of what we experienced at our last investigation. Now, the time before that, we were at the Ross house, and, like, I didn't necessarily open myself up, but we still had issues.
Yeah. I got jumped. She got jumped.
Yeah.
I actually turned very angry.
Jumping is, in case you didn't know, when you are jumped by a spirit, it is kind of like being possessed. They kind of
Well,
like...
I wouldn't throw
It's
that word
not-
out there.
It's not possession.
They're influencing you.
Right.
It's a stronger form of attachment.
Yes. In some cases, it is similar to a possession where they take over. It is your whole experience. It is everything that you have done. It is... They take over everything. Your feelings, your thoughts, your sights, your... mannerisms, everything.
Yeah.
And in other cases, it is not as severe.
Yeah.
It's kind of like case by case.
Yeah. Like mine was
Some jumping is minor, where like they make you feel what they felt before they died. And you're able to kind of fight it.
Yeah.
In other cases, you're so heavily involved in every aspect of what the spirit dealt with day-to-day life-wise that you're almost possessed, but not quite possessed. Because there's still a chance that you can fight the activity. You can leave it there.
So
and you can fight it without, like, religious intervention.
Yeah. So let's give our examples. Like for me, I remember 90% of the night.
Yeah, I don't.
But I was overcome with rage to the point where I almost got in my car and left you guys there.
Yeah. And then you have, like, so April is one end of the, what we would consider being jumped, which is kind of like a minor possession. To like,
I don't like using that word though because people hear that word and they panic. So we'll just call it
a minor attachment.
A minor attachment. She would definitely fall under the category of a minor attachment.
I still had full control over myself. I knew I was mad, but I couldn't figure out why.
And then you have the other end of the spectrum, which was me, where there is a vast, like, time frame that I don't remember anything that happened.
She had no idea until we were watching the videos. She couldn't remember 75% of the night.
I remember getting there, doing the tour, taking pictures, and then later in the evening, I remember going down to the basement with Brian to investigate.
Yeah.
And that is the only portion of the evening that I remember. But clearly, I participated in the entire evening because we had me on voice recorder and video saying, hey, oh, you smell that, I smell that too. I don't remember any of that.
And the funny thing is, I don't know if we have any of this stuff on our website, but she doesn't even sound like herself.
No.
And I pointed out to Brian, I said, something is wrong with her, and I don't know what it is, but she's not herself.
And I felt fine.
She claimed she was fine. She felt normal.
Normal.
She wasn't.
And when they pulled me outside of the location, I felt fine. I felt just normal. I felt maybe a little bit overwhelmed with everything and all of the energies, but I felt normal for the most part.
And
clearly, I was not normal. I don't remember anything from the point that they pulled me outside on the front porch till later in the evening, where I was investigating on my own with Brian.
Yeah. And then after
That's
the investigation, it took me like 3 days to feel quote unquote normal.
It took me way longer than that. You are very lucky that it only took you 3 days, but I don't think you were affected nearly as much as I was.
No.
It took me like 2 or 3 weeks to feel completely normal, which is pretty normal for me when I am that heavily influenced to kind of like snap out of it.
Yeah.
To be my normal. I mean, I'm not really ever normal.
Well, no.
By like society standards,
No.
but like it made me feel completely myself again, like 2 to 3 weeks later.
Yeah. But again, that's one of the risks that we take by doing what
Yeah.
we do. When you have that energy swap with the spirits, whether it's from being jumped or just communicating, because it takes a lot out of us just to communicate with them.
There's a lot of energy that goes into communicating with spirits, and I feel like we all had like very weird things that happened at the Ross house. Like when I was there, I felt like something sat on the bed with me, and like it was just a very weird whole endeavor.
Yeah. But back on track, though, we're talking about the lingering effects for us that
it took forever. Forever. It felt like for me to kick whatever followed us and or attach itself to me. It wasn't the same for everybody else, though.
No. And on a normal investigation, 2-3 days, we're back to normal.
Yeah.
But when something follows you, it's
harder to get rid of the attachment.
It is. And a lot of times, I mean, things will follow us here, there, and everywhere. In usually a couple of days, you can shake it off, no big deal. And they usually go back wherever they came from. But there have been instances where things have followed us and they linger and linger and linger.
Yeah.
And right now we're dealing with that too, because I can't speak for Brian, but I had things follow me and they're still lingering, and Megan has things that have followed her and they're still lingering, and
Oh yeah.
it's
Have you had
hard
things follow
to
you?
If they follow me, they're never around very long.
Well, yeah, you have those skills that like
Most
take
of my-
care of shit.
Most of my lingering effects just tend to lead to me feeling drained for 3 or 4 days, and I'm just extremely tired.
Yeah.
All I do is sleep.
The tiredness and the draining feeling
Yeah.
has been an ongoing issue since our last investigation with me. I don't know about anybody else, but like,
Maybe you're getting sick. Maybe you need to poop.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me with all of my immune issues and other issues if I was getting sick. But really, honestly, the only children other than my own children that I'm around is your children. So if you're going to get it, you're going to get it either way.
Right.
You're going to get it either way, Bish.
Right.
I mean, I love you, but like, and I love your kids, but they're kind of germy.
They are.
What we're gonna get is what we're gonna get. But for the last, couple weeks since we left the Ross house, I have felt like absolute trash.
Well, we are in that time of year also where the veil is thin
Yeah.
and all the cosmic stuff going on. So we've got all that stuff going on
Yeah.
top of the lingering effects from the last 2 places we've been.
We did not thoroughly think it through
No.
when we went on our last investigation.
We really did not look at the timing of this very well.
No. And the veil thinning from like the beginning of October until like the end of November-ish has not really helped matters any.
Well, it depends on how you look at it, because
Always be prepared.
it helps because it helps us communicate.
It does. It
but
does.
the stuff lingers a little longer.
Yeah. I for one feel like I need to definitely work on grounding, centering, and aura cleansing myself, because the lasting effects from the last investigation have kicked my butt.
She needs a bath in holy water.
I mean, that could be arranged because I do have holy water down.
We don't have enough to give you a bath, though.
You're ordained now. You can make your own in the bathtub.
I mean, just squirt it in the bathtub and call it good.
Yes.
Why
Are
don't,
we squirting in bathtubs?
Holy
water.
water.
Look
I-
at the camera.
why don't you
I
just
can't
fill the
hear you.
bathtub and then...
Look at the cameras.
I am looking at the
When you're
camera.
talking.
That would require a lot of holy water, dear.
For what?
To take
You're
a
ordained.
whole-
You can bless it yourself.
Okay, so in case
I
you-
don't trust holy water. She's blessed. I'm sorry. I want the
Hey,
oil
now.
stuff.
Hey now. Okay, so in case you guys in TV land didn't know, I
TV
was
YouTube land, TikTok land.
YouTube, TikTok, whatever, TV land. I was recently ordained, and I have made myself an even bigger freaking target for everything paranormal.
She likes the
Like
attention.
a dumbass.
She likes the attention. Don't
I
let
do.
her fool you.
I mean,
She has to get it one way or another.
it is what it is.
Oh, man, I could contact a few people for you if you really need
All right,
attention that bad.
producer, what about the
Ugh.
hospital curtain thing?
Ooh, yeah.
So, I had something we talked about like offline a little while ago, maybe 2-3 months ago, and we got sidetracked with another conversation and never circled back to it. But that particular video reminded me of this. So what if there's layers to what we experience as reality? And what if the people that you think are ghosts are actually people like us who are living in their reality and they think we're ghosts.
That's called another dimension.
The dimensions, right?
It's a parallel dimension.
Right. So, what if there's layers upon layers upon layers? So, the doctor was seeing a patient in their reality in that room and opened the curtain to walk out and thought they saw a ghost with you standing there with your camera.
It's always a possibility.
I don't
To
know.
me, that fascinates me. That really fascinates me because I can't get into the ghost thing like you guys do. I can get into different realities and different dimensions.
Well, see, because I look at it, most of you people in TikTok and YouTube land probably don't even know who she is anymore. But when I was way younger, got into Sylvia Brown.
Yeah.
And I have her books. And the way she described it, was we are on this plane. The ghosts are on this plane. And they overlap on occasion, and then that's when you see them. I can't, in my brain, I can't buy that there's different planes or dimensions for humans as well.
I mean,
But I do as far as the spirits go.
As far as Jake was talking,
Yeah.
like, say, with like the hospital scenario, if you look at it this way, say you have a house, and in the different dimension, there's another house built very similarly and maybe mirrored. That's where you would see, like, the ghost come up the stairs and take a left into a wall, but maybe in their world it's backward and they're going down the hall on their side.
Like remodeled houses from back in the day, and then you live in it and somebody...
Yeah.
Yeah. But then,
That gets into the metaphysical and the science fiction realm more so than the paranormal. So.
well, like that movie, The Others.
I love that movie.
Me too. Where...
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oh, it's awesome.
It's
we'll have to
Nicole
watch it.
Kidman.
Yeah. Where
Oh,
the people
she
that
with
move
the two
into...
kids?
Yeah.
Okay,
The
so I
people
have
that
seen
move
one.
into the house think their house is haunted, but the spirits that live there can't figure out who these people are that moved into their house.
Yeah.
Because they're the ghosts to the people who actually live there.
Yes.
Yeah. But if I'm not mistaken, they are deceased in the movie. They just don't know it.
Her and the kids are, yes.
Yeah.
And the people that are living in the house keep moving curtains and everything
Yeah.
else, and she can't figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
So, my whole point to this and how this came into it and how this sparked my brain to go down this direction was, what if it's not really an attachment? What if it's just an overlap of people being in the same quarters so closely that those energy fields can't break apart? That would explain
It's
that whole
possible.
side of it, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's possible that there are things that we can't explain, like timelines that we can't justify, being in the same
Yeah.
place that we are at the same time that we are, but that are different than our own timeline, that kind of
But then that opens up.
overlap and or parallel to what we personally experience. However, it's important to note that just because you are experiencing a parallel timeline and or experience doesn't necessarily mean that it's paranormal.
Well,
Kinda, sorta.
technically it falls under the umbrella, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's a spirit.
Right. Doesn't necessarily mean that it is a ghost. It could be, a residual thing, which is technically a spirit.
No, because it's not a spirit. It's not an entity. It's just energy.
It
That
falls under the whole canopy of paranormal and conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
using...
I mean, there could be multiple timelines that different people are experiencing at different times. We just don't know. We're only experiencing our own timeline and or
reality. So using producers' different planes thing, how would that work with interdimensional beings?
They're passing from one parallel universe to the next.
Interdimensional beings are definitely passing through. They
pass from one layer to the next. Is basically
they have the technology that they can pass from one timeline into the next.
But they know they're doing it, unlike
us, where we're like, oh, so I had a dream about something random.
I had a dream.
I had a dream.
Oh boy. We can't share her dreams on age-appropriate TV.
No, it would be bad. But there has to be some way that the interdimensional things.
This will be in closed caption later.
Don't do
I want
that.
to see these words when they come up.
No. No, you do not. But there has to be a way that
Speaking in tongues.
that
Told you she needed the holy water bath.
I mean, it could happen still. It might happen after this segment. We don't know. But there has to be a way that the interdimensional things are also like traveling and or affecting different timelines. Are they actually what they say they are?
I don't know, because I'm going to honestly say you lost me about 3 minutes ago because
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm confused.
I zoned out for a minute.
But do we know for sure, are the shadow people that we see at an investigation actually a thing from another dimension, or are they a thing that has a past and or future on a different timeline from what we are experiencing?
Why haven't you ever thought to ask them?
Because they generally don't answer.
They don't talk. You see the dark things that are humanoid here, there, and wherever.
I've heard them growl, but they don't talk.
Have
Can you hear the
heard
slurring
them
in her
talk?
accent?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Can you give me 1 growl for yes and 2 growls for no, please?
I don't
What
see
if-
you trying to
What if
do
they're
this.
not allowed to speak?
What if they can only speak in their dimension?
Ooh.
What if the stipulation of that dimensional travel is they're not allowed to speak as to not give away secrets?
Yes.
Ooh.
Now we're going into conspiracy theories.
Yeah, we are. I don't do conspiracy theories.
The Hat Man is really a G-Man.
Yeah. He's an MIB. Look into the blinky thing.
That's why you never remember.
Yeah.
That's why you think there's always more than one.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Somebody get the Illuminati in here. She knows too much.
Get her a tinfoil hat.
No. I'm good.
I don't know. Really don't. We've totally went off topic, so I guess
Yeah.
we might as well just keep going at this point.
But, okay, so personal experience.
Oh, God. Here we go.
Shut up.
Come back in about 3 minutes and you'll get to the rest of the story.
Hey. Hey now. Don't laugh at me. So, personal experience. When we go on a major, big investigation.
So is this a personal experience or is it a personal opinion? Because in a personal experience, that is something that happened to you. But you're talking about when we go on a big investigation, this would be a personal opinion to you.
Okay, so a little bit of both. Okay, so when I go on a investigation, there are occasions, depending on location.
Location.
Yes, location. Damn you.
There we go. Squirreling off this way.
The hands. So, when I personally go on some of our investigations,
Investigation.
when I personally go, you not. When I go on an investigation, there are times that things have followed me home. I'm not even doing the hands, damn it. There have
This is
been.
how you can tell she's been drinking.
I'm not even doing the hands. Okay, so this is all done in love. There have been times where things have followed us home, which is the topic of tonight.
It is.
Have you had things follow you home?
I have.
Okay, so let's talk about that. What have you had follow you home?
I generally don't talk to them once they follow me home, so I tend to ignore them. So I can't really say what they are, but I know I have had
snack.
shadow people follow me home.
You want to eat the snacks? You can have
I
the
did.
snacks.
I did at one point in time pick up a spirit that I don't know if it was the name I chose for him or if it was his name, but we called him Frank. I picked him up at a cemetery. He stayed with me for probably a good 2 years and would pop up at every investigation I went to. I would get him on the spirit box. And he didn't really do anything. He would move things on occasion, but he just hung out. Cheers. I don't have anything.
No, do you want some?
Oh.
I'll share it with you. So our last couple investigations, I have tended to
Bar.
bring more bring more things home with me than I attended. Can you not? You're such a jerk.
So many hand motions.
Bring out the tabby. Goose
No. So our last investigation that we did, I ended up jumped, which is
No, that wasn't. Well, the last big official
the
investigation.
big official. The last investigation, I kind of shut myself off so that I wouldn't have that issue.
Shut herself off so much that she would leave her phone places and we couldn't find her.
Right.
Yeah, so that was.
But you did get influenced there.
I did.
Because you. Okay, I have to say, today you're better than you have been.
I have.
But up until today, you have still been influenced by it.
The last week or so has been better than I have been for a long time.
I beg to differ because even earlier in the week you weren't yourself.
So, okay, so early in the week I wasn't myself, but the last couple of days I have been more myself than I have been.
Yeah,
in
previously.
Now,
it was bad. Her pictures, she didn't even look like herself.
Yeah. And I have gotten that a lot from not just you, but from like other people that I'm friends with, that I don't look like and or talk like myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all know that I can't spell for shit. And or I type the most random shit in chat. But
yeah, and every answer that you've given for the last couple weeks has been yes, no, maybe, okies, that's it.
Yeah.
Where normally she's got some comment for something.
And ever since we went to our last big investigation, which is the Ross House, I have really, really not been myself.
Which is kind of interesting because the last couple of teams that she's had out there, what?
They have been completely fine.
No, they haven't been.
No?
No, they haven't been.
Oh.
The last big investigation she had, they rented out the whole weekend. Mm-hmm. Half of the team left on Saturday. The other half left early on Sunday.
Oh.
Because there's been crazy stuff going on. So,
I kind of wish when we were, to go to these bigger investigations. Stop it! When we were to go to the... Will you... Stop. When we go to the bigger investigations, that they would inform us of everything.
Well, I specifically asked her not to. And none of this stuff was happening before. It's progressively getting worse.
Yeah.
Now, I can say that I saw a few things there that made me wonder what other teams have done to open portals, possibly. But I don't know if it's that or if it's, where the veil's thinning, things are getting more active. Right. Is it just that? I don't know.
No, I didn't see anything that I can remember there. Like, I don't remember much of the entire...
There was a seance circle in the basement.
From us?
No.
I don't personally remember much of our group investigation.
There wasn't much of one.
Versus, like, a solo investigation that I kind of sort of remember bits and pieces of. Now,
because that was after you had your talk. So you remember more after than you do.
Yeah. And that's not to, discriminate against, the whole atmosphere of the house. But,
no.
The whole first part of the investigation from, when we got there to, maybe midway through the night, I don't remember anything.
No.
Now, from that point where, like, April and Brian pulled me outside to, inform me that I wasn't myself, that I wasn't acting like the same general, usual myself-ish.
The videos that I had her watch and the recordings.
I don't remember any of that.
No, you sound drunk.
I mean, and
there was no alcohol on
involved.
investigations at all, and
no,
she literally sounded drunk in the recordings.
And that's kind of where we thought maybe I was jumped during those times. Like, there was a very big window of where, shut up, Caden. If you're wondering, he's going like this at me. But there's a very big window of where I felt completely normal to where I felt completely normal again.
Yeah.
And a lot of the investigation portion can be too.
You can't get to them. There's too many cords in the way. But you're in trouble later.
I know where you sleep, child. But
Don't worry, she won't be able to get down the stairs.
Yeah.
She won't be able to figure out the
gate.
I will, damn it.
But she will release the things.
I will.
The things.
The things. No, but like a lot of it, I don't remember myself personally. Doesn't mean that the other members of our group don't remember me acting an ass.
No, you didn't act like an ass.
I'm
You
surprised.
you sounded funny. That was the major thing, because when you
She
did
always sounds funny.
yeah, but she did a TikTok live and I was playing part of it and she's like, "Where was that? Where were we?"
I don't fucking remember any of this shit. Like, there are bits and pieces of the entire investigation where I remember absolutely nothing. From the time I took pictures until the time me and Brian hit.
You guys are going live with Sandra.
Hi.
Hello.
From the time I hit.
Wait, hang on. Hi.
Hey. How are you?
We are doing a live about paranormal stuff. What are you doing? We are paranormal investigators.
What's going on? I want to know, where are you all from?
We're from Ohio. Where are you from?
What do you guys going on, like, what's going on down there with paranormal thingy?
A
Well,
lot.
right now we're talking about what happens after an investigation when we come home with attachments.
Ooh, tell me, I want to know.
That's me. That's what we're doing with currently.
We, let's see, the last investigations we were on, we both got influenced by spirits, and Megan here lost 90% of the night. She doesn't remember any of it.
Yeah.
That is funny. That's cool. It is cool.
Where are you guys from?
It's cool until
Wait, listen.
you don't remember anything.
Yeah. It was cool until we showed her videos and she can't remember any of it.
Our ghost turned a lot, I'm sorry.
can't hear what they're saying.
Do you have any really awesome paranormal experiences that you're willing to share publicly?
They lost connection.
Yeah.
Aw.
Aw.
Alright,
All
So-
right, guys, we gotta go on TikTok. Anyways, we gotta go. Our time's up. We're still going on YouTube, but all right, TikTok land. Our time's up.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Our TikTok time's up.
I might have to leave this podcast for a
You
minute.
had 70 viewers.
Wow.
All right, you're still on camera here, though.
Yeah, I know.
You need to pause or something?
I need to go to the bathroom.
52 minutes.
Alright, guys. We will catch you
I think he paused it.
Hang on.
on the next one.
Actually, I can just keep going because I can edit this out.
Aren't you live?
No.
No.
Oh.
Oh well, I mean, it's still been about an hour. So.
Yeah, it's good.
52 minutes.
I don't need this, boo.
All right, then
All
sign
right.
off.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys. We'll see you next time.